Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm going to show you how you can make a quick and easy and relatively inexpensive personalized gift for someone, perfect for the holidays. I'm coming at you live from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a line, let me know where you're viewing from. Don't be shy, we're all friends. Get my little water bottle out of here, clean up my space a little bit, make it a little bit easier to see. This is the transfer that I'm going to be using this evening. It's called Rejoice. It's an A-size transfer. It's 5 inches by 7 inches. And our transfers are somewhat like stencils, but a little bit different. They're made out of vinyl, which is the teal, but they have silk screen, which you're seeing through to the back of the carrier sheet on this. They are adhesive backed, can be used 8 to 12 times or more with proper care. So they're reusable over and over and over again. And because of the silk screen, you get a very nice high definition of the word and the images. And I'm going to be applying that silk screen to this little leatherette journal as a gift for a friend of mine. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. If I don't see them while we are live, I realize I'm picking up a little bit of a glare. Let's see if this helps a little bit. Whoops. I don't know if that's better or not. And I swear I check to make sure everything is straight before I start, but it seems that maybe when I hit that live button, things get a little crooked here. So let me try and straighten that out so we're not topsy-turvy. Oh, a little bit better. Okay, so anyway, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. I'm happy to answer any questions and always open to suggestions and ideas. I'm going to be using our shimmer gold paste, which it looks like it's getting down to the bottom and it's time for me to probably order some. If you've been waiting on our surface wax, it is back in stock today, along with a lot of our other pastes. If there's anything in particular that you're looking for that you haven't been able to get, just drop me a line and I will check and let you know if it's come in. Basically, stock's being updated every day because of the whole shipping issue and things being stuck at the port, which is impacting so many different companies around the world. It's crazy. But anyway, corporate basically sends out a status report every day of any restocks and lets us know any updates so that we could enlighten everyone. I'm adding a little bit of distilled water to my gold shimmer because it's gotten a little bit dried out. And then you always want to use distilled water so that the minerals in your tap water don't interfere with the pigments in the paste. So I'm just mixing that up. You want it to be kind of the consistency of yogurt and sour cream. If you put too much water and it gets too thin, just leave the cover off of your paste for a little bit and let it dry out a little bit. Stir it up and it'll thicken right up because our paste is made from chalk. And then I've got this beautiful shimmer frost paste. Let me grab something to lift that up. Whoops. Wasn't kind of sure what top we'd have on our paste. There's been supply issues impacting so many different things that we had little styrofoam ones, and now we're back to our old kind, which means it's pretty well sealed and stuck on here. I just need to lift it up, and unfortunately I'm using the thumb that I burnt with the hot glue gun yesterday. Hey Deb, how you doing? I'm early? No, I'm not early. You're late. Oh goodness, I can't get this top off of the paste. I really need a tweezers or something. I just threw one back in this drawer, and of course I can't find it. I really need a pliers is probably what I need so that I don't put as much pressure on that thumb. There we go. This usually, honestly, is not an issue, and if I hadn't burnt my finger and didn't have a blister, it probably would be absolutely fine. Okay. Let me clean up my fingers, get the paste off of myself now, and I should be good to go. This is going to be a quick little project, perfect for a gift or something to gift yourself if you're so inclined. Remember, our transfers are reusable. Hit the bottom of the jar. Yeah, with my other one I pretty much did. That's why I was opening up a new jar. Okay, now I've got white shimmer all over me. Okay. So anyway, this is a brand new bottle. I mean a new jar. And look at how soft, creamy yogurt, beautiful texture. My gold is still probably a little bit thick. Let me throw a little bit more distilled water in it. I've actually had this jar around for probably at least a year and a half. I do like using gold shimmer, especially around Christmas time. And I'm just whipping this up a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, before I get started with this, before I actually use my transfer, I am going to do what's called fuzzing. And all that entails is taking one of our fuzzing cloths, one side's terry, the other side's microfiber, and removing the backing from my transfer sheet, or actually lifting the transfer off of the backing sheet. You can see that one side's adhesive, I'm stuck to it. The other side is the carrier sheet. There's a glossy side to the carrier sheet and a dull side. The glossy side always goes against the adhesive side so that the adhesive doesn't stick to anything else and it's easy to lift off of the carrier sheet. So I'm deliberately putting this on my fuzzing cloth to intentionally put some lint on it to diminish the stickiness or the adhesiveness of it a little bit. I'm going to be putting it on a little leatherette journal cover, and I don't want it to stick so snugly that it's difficult to lift off of. If I was using this on wood, I'd probably fuzz it 3 times. If I was using it on chalkboard, probably 3 times or so. But with the leatherette, I'm going to do a little bit more because I don't want it to stick very snugly. And same thing with glass or mirror or metal. You want to fuzz it a little bit more because anything that's very, very smooth or non-porous, it'll stick a little bit more strongly against, and then it might be a little difficult lifting it up. So I'm just going to apply this. I'm going to center this a little bit. I want to make sure I don't have any of the, oops, I need to bring that up. Don't have any of the stitching under the silk screen. And I'm going to just do this in Shimmer Frost and in Shimmer Gold. Oops, I need it a little bit higher here. Let me turn it this way to try and line it up a little bit better so that I could eyeball it. There we go. And I'm basically going to do the lettering in gold and then the angel in white. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to start with the white, the Shimmer Frost. Just grab a little paste out of my jar and apply it over the angel. I think I'm actually going to do the stars in, I don't know if I should do them in gold or in the Shimmer Frost. just smoothing this out and removing any lines and putting the excess paste back into my jar. No sense in wasting it. And turn this around a little bit, and I'm going to grab a different squeegee, and I'm going to take some of my gold shimmer for my lettering, and I'm going to do the stars in the gold shimmer too. I was kind of hesitating on that, but I think the gold will look pretty. Oops, looks like I got a little clump of paste there. Let me stick that back in the jar. I need to stir this up a little bit better and remove any clumps. Sometimes that happens when your paste thickens. Haven't had it happen with our new formula that's been out about 6, 7, 8 months. It's real creamy, dreamy paste, but like I said, my gold here is probably like at least 1.5 years old. So I'm just applying this, smoothing out any lines, and removing the excess. Making sure I get the bottom of my lettering here. And that's about it. Putting the excess back in the jar. Now I'm going to lift this transfer up. You always want to lift from the top, the bottom, the left or the right. You never want to pull or tug on the corners because you could stretch it. I just spotted a couple little stars down here. Let me get them. There we go. And a couple over here that I missed. Okay. You never want to pull on the corners of the diagonal because it's like fabric. You could pull it on the bias and stretch it. I'm going to just lift it up, and I'm going to lift it slowly. Now this is sticking pretty, I fuzzed it a lot, but it is sticking very tightly. So I'm going to lift it slowly. I'm going to put this right back down for a second and catch the bottom of this of my J in Rejoice. Oops. Looks like I just barely caught it. Okay. One of the benefits of lifting slowly. Whoops, and I didn't catch my O either. Isn't that interesting? I'm notorious for missing the bottom of my letters. Sometimes I don't get really close to what's underneath it because I don't want to accidentally smear or run into the line beneath. Let me check my top up here. Okay. Ah! Clean my fingers. Just lost my paper towel here. And I think I'm going to lift from the top. Oops, maybe not. It's stuck pretty solidly. Okay. This is why we fuzz as much as we did. There we go. I'm going to put this over to the side and clean it in a moment. Isn't that beautiful definition? Now our shimmer paste takes about 5 to 8 minutes to dry. So I'm going to just set this aside to dry for a few minutes while I clean my transfer. Put my paste back in the jar. I did make a mess of this squeegee, didn't I? Oh, I really do need to clean this up and stir it up a little bit more. Oops. Okay. Clean that up later. Generally, the best way to clean your transfers is just run them over to a sink and run them under cool or lukewarm water and kind of rub the paste off with your fingers. But to do it on camera, I'm going to actually clean them on my table. I'm going to spritz the back of this with a little bit of water. Then I'm going to spritz the front of it with a little bit more water. And I'm going to take a board eraser, wet that, and use that to scrub off my paste. Scrub is really an overstatement. It's just a little circular motion, and it comes off nice and easy. Sometimes more deeply pigmented paste will stain your transfer, but it doesn't hurt it. It does not impact the usability at all. It just doesn't look as pretty as it did when it was brand new. So I'm going to go back over that with a disinfecting wipe. Make sure I got all the paste out of the silk screen. I like using a nice circular motion. Flipping it over, and then cleaning the adhesive side. Same thing. Make sure I get the silk screen nice and clean. Whoops. All the paste off the adhesive side. And then I'm just going to go across it with my disinfecting wipe. Whoops. And clean off any lint that I deliberately applied to it. This will rejuvenate the adhesiveness of my transfer. I'm going to put it on the microfiber side of my fuzzing cloth, sticky side up. Fold this over, squeeze out the moisture, and set it aside to dry, laying flat, so when it's dry I could add the carrier sheet back onto it. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you could use a towel, you could use a sweater, you could use a pair of jeans, basically anything that's going to give you a little bit of lint to diminish the adhesiveness of the transfer. And that's pretty much it. Now look at how pretty the shimmer is picking up. It'll get a little bit shinier as it dries. And you could actually even use our Shimmer Frost, the white, on glass to look like etched glass if you want. Let's see if I can pick up that shimmer. It doesn't look like the light's getting it, but believe me, it's very pretty and very shimmery. Not quite like glitter, but there's not all the mess of glitter. And that's pretty much it. So look at how quick and easily I personalize this journal. Now I'm going to put the backer sheet, remember the glossy side against the adhesive, so glossy. I'm going to line up one corner, hold it in place, line up another corner, smooth it out, and it's ready to go back in its little cellophane envelope for storage. Our envelopes, each transfer always comes in a cellophane envelope, and there's instructions on using it and also on cleaning. Simple, easy, quick. Thank you so much for watching. I surely do appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon.